Yep. I saw on Sesame Street has an Instagram now.
Okay.
Have you ever watched the Sesame Street Instagram account?
No.
You had it's fucking fantastic.
Really?
Yes. To the point where they have clips of all of the stuff that like we grew up watching.
Yeah.
And also like little funny tidbits that, like are good for kids, but the adults get it.
Yeah.
But the reason I bring it up because of the yep is they had the old telephone skit with the yip yips.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Ring, ring, ring. So, yes. So that little bit of randomness was brought to you by the letters S and C for crazy. Yay. All right, inhale the good shit. Exhale the bullshit. Hello, and welcome to this month's episode of Pizza, Beer, and Life. I'm your host, Roxy Freefall, and next to me, as always, is my co-host, Miss Cherry.
What's up?
What's up?
Hey,
and we hope that this spring is treating you well and that your allergies are not as bad as ours.
I hate it.
I swear to God, I want to rip my eyes out right now.
Yeah.
I think we've gone right from, like, we skipped over fake spring and went right to the pollinating.
Yeah.
Like, it's been absolutely awful. But regardless, we are here, and we are here for your viewing pleasure. And before we get started, a little point of business. We just want to give a congratulations to our hosts, Eightbar, and more importantly, Atomic Books, for celebrating their 22nd anniversary here in Hampden, Maryland, supporting authors, creatives, and everybody's wonderful, amazing, and insane ideas. So congratulations and thank you for everything, quite frankly.
Yes.
So
Congratulations.
yeah.
And thank you.
Yeah. Woo! Huzzah! Awesome. All right, so let's go right to it.
Yeah.
The beer! Da, 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 da. So thanks to Atomic's 8-Bar for this month's choice, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
So since it's spring and we are entering into May, and right now we're being subjected to all of those terrible Justin Timberlake memes. I know. They've started
I was just talking about that. And then we have May 4th.
Oh yeah, May the 4th be with you.
And then we have Cinco de Mayo.
Right, and also Revenge of the 5th.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that was my nerd coming out, so
Yeah.
a little bit there.
There's just
I know.
that first week of May, it's like,
Yeah.
calm down, people.
Yeah, exactly. So, in any event, but since spring is here and summer is probably going to start tomorrow, because we live in Maryland, and then we'll have winter again, and then we'll have summer again, we decided to go with a lemon shandy from Burley Oak Brewing Company in Berlin, Maryland.
Yes.
And again, can art. 2 words. Can art.
So good. I like it.
Can art.
It's so cute.
Yes.
It's got like a vintage look to it.
Well,
too.
it also, like, it's very nostalgic
like
for me because it
super
reminds,
bright.
yeah, it reminds me of Asbury Park, like the whole greetings,
yeah.
greetings from Shandy Town.
Yeah.
So, heck yeah,
I like it.
yeah, no,
Okay.
good can art. So that's what we're going to be tasting. So, where's my glass? There's my glass. Da 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 da. And while we're opening that up, we also want to let you know that we have a friend that came back. Where is he? Petey's back.
Petey's here.
Petey's here. We did not have our mascot last month, so being that we don't have pizza again this month, we hope that Petey will suffice. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's check this sucker out. Whoop. Alrighty. Let's see if I can get this. Ooh. Wow. That is a bright looking beer.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so folks can see that. Whoop. There we go. Very bright. So, anyway, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
Alrighty, here we go.
It's refreshing, but it's very. There's really not much going on there.
Yeah, like
It's very bland.
It is. It is.
And it's supposed to be a lemon shandy, and I don't
know,
really get
like,
a whole lot of lemon.
I
thought it was going to be actually a little bit more.
almost like a little bit. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm getting essence of. I mean, I don't want to say this because it's not that extreme, but it is funny. Getting essence of pine salt.
Oh, okay.
Or Lysol. Actually, more, the lemon wipes.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's hardcore, and that's mean. I mean, it's not, yeah. But, I mean, that is one of the first things I came up with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's...
I was really hoping for it to be more tart, though.
Me
Considering
too.
It was a lemon shandy.
Right. I mean, the lemon... It's almost like it's a lot of lemon peel.
I was just gonna say, I feel like I'm chewing on the lemon rind.
Yeah. It's kind of it's reminiscent of, like, there's a lot of lemon peel on the front end, but very little of that tart and sweetness on the back end.
Yeah.
That you would expect from a shandy.
Yeah.
Dare I say, it's almost as if they took a wheat lager and threw a bunch of lemon rinds into it. I don't know what else that is.
I could see that.
Yeah.
A little bit, actually.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I mean, it's easy to drink. And there is, like, a little bit of a refreshing
There is. I
taste
mean,
to it. Like, if I was, like, out in my backyard and it was, like, hot.
right.
It was, like, 80-some degrees out. Like,
Yeah.
I'd probably prefer this over, like, a heavier, more...
Oh, absolutely.
So,
I completely agree with
I mean-
you on that. Completely agree with you. I know. I think I was so excited for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the
was
problem.
too.
I was
Yeah.
so excited for this beer, and this is the problem. We can't get excited.
I know.
Overall,
No expectations.
I know, right? So, overall, magic questions. Would you order it again in a bar?
If I was sitting outside on a really hot day, yes.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I would definitely order it again. It would just depend on, like, where I'm at and what I'm doing.
Would
I
you
think.
seek it out in a retail store?
Probably not.
Okay. Again, fair. Yeah, I think I feel the same way, where, like, if I'm out and I'm at, like, an outdoor space, somebody brought it, or if it was on tap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard not to compare it to Langenkugel's
Oh, yeah.
Shandy, and I happen to really like that one because
theirs
it's
is
so crisp and so bright
Right.
that, this one just kind of falls short of that.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does.
All right. Well, I mean, I'll still drink it.
Of course, me too. Beer's beer.
All right. So, out of 10, what do you think?
I'd say 6.
Oh,
5, maybe.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was going to go like 7, but yeah, no, 6 is
Somewhere in the middle, because, like I said, if I was somewhere and they had it, I would probably order it.
Okay.
I'm not going to seek it out.
Yeah.
It didn't wow me,
Yeah.
so...
Fair enough. So, just for point of order, it does clock in at 4.2%, which is pretty on point for a shandy. Again, this is Burley Oak Brewing Company in Berlin, Maryland. Yeah, I mean, not the worst, not the best,
Yeah.
but greetings from Shandy Town. And also, and here's the other thing. If you happen to try this, if you happen to get your hands on it, let us know what you think. Let us know if you think that we're wrong. And quite frankly, that goes with all of our beers and what we think. So
Everybody has different palates,
yeah,
so somebody else might actually really like it.
yeah. So but yeah, I'm not going to discourage anybody from checking them out, but not my favorite. So
They've got a good sour called like Sorry Chicky.
Sorry, Chicky. Yeah.
From, Burley Oak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of, is it
It's
just
a sour.
Straight sour?
Yeah.
No
I
flavor?
mean, it's pretty tart.
Okay.
I mean, there's probably, it's been a long time since I've had it, but there probably is some flavor to it. I just can't off the top of my head remember.
Okay.
It's,
No, that's fair enough.
Pretty tart though.
Yeah. And
Again, cool can art.
Yeah. And also along those same lines, and the reason I think we're mentioning these and why we're not reviewing them is because we have a rule. We do beers that we've never had before.
Right.
So we're not biased.
Yeah.
But along those lines, Peabody just came out with their, or they re-released their latest Trash Wheel Sour Goes. And
Really?
it's watermelon.
Ooh,
Yeah. And it is delightful.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Like, delightful. So,
Right on.
keep that in mind. All right. Close on that. All right, close. Boom. All righty. Quick questions. I
Didn't even look at this yet.
know, right? So, who is the best cartoon character? Best cartoon character.
Do you already have your answer?
No, not yet. Like I'm debating right now. So, what about you? Yeah,
Oh man.
it's hard.
I mean, I grew up like religiously watching Looney Tunes,
right.
and I still would watch it now.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy that some of those like things we didn't understand as kids.
Oh, yeah.
And we get them now, and I'm like, why is this in a cartoon? For
How did
kids?
this make the edit? Especially with
but
the climate
I don't
right now.
know, Bugs
Jesus.
Bunny. That's what I'm thinking. Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny. Okay.
Yeah. Just because I grew up on Looney Tunes and
Right on.
yeah.
I don't know. My brain's just going Chitara.
I have no idea what that is.
From Thundercats?
I mean, I didn't really watch much of that. It wasn't really on that much in the 90s.
All of a sudden, my head is about to explode.
You have to remember, I grew up in the
All right.
90s. I was born in the 80s.
Good point.
Yeah.
So, but yes, Chitara from the Thundercats. I even have the Converse edition of them with her on the side. Because I always wanted to, because her like power was running really, 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 really fast. And when I was a kid, and also to this day, I run like a damn turtle. And so, I wanted to beat Chitara and run really fast and beat all the kids at school that were picking on me because I could not run fast. So I love Chitara. Chitara was the bomb. So that and Snarf. Snarf from He-Man, She-Ra. Yeah.
I do know that one.
Yeah. Snarf. Only because he was doofy and I was kind of a doofy kid.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right, so Bugs Bunny, Chitara / Snarf. So, so this was supposed to say what, but it's a typo.
I figured as much.
Yeah. What is the bravest thing that you have ever done?
I don't want to get deep or anything, but
You can get as deep as you want to.
Probably just keep living.
Mm,
Just kind of some of the like past traumas that I've gone through. Like
yeah. I love
it would
that.
have been easy for me to just say I'm done
Yeah, it would have.
and give up,
Yeah, it would have.
and I didn't.
Yeah. I love that for you.
So probably that.
Yeah. All
To
right.
keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't top that. No, I know.
That was the first thing that came to mind.
This is
honestly.
not a competition. No, I do. I love that for you.
Yeah.
No, mine is packing up my car and moving to Baltimore. No job,
Yeah.
no career, couple friends locally, but yeah, just packing up and just changing cities, changing states, changing careers eventually. That whole period of between fall 1997 and winter 1998, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah,
It's hard to move to a new city.
very much so. Well, you did it as well.
Yeah. I mean, I had my sister, though.
You did,
So
yeah,
at
and I
least I
had,
had
and I
somebody.
had, right, and I had a couple close
Yeah.
friends myself,
But
so
yeah,
I wasn't alone.
it was still a little hard.
Yeah, no, well, it's
And of course, once I moved here, the pandemic happened.
Yep.
So I was like locked in the house with my sister that I hadn't lived with in, I don't know,
1,000 years.
15 years.
Wow. Yeah.
Probably, well, less than that, but because she pretty much moved out as soon as she graduated from college.
Right.
When she was in college. She was only home for the summer.
Yeah. Wow.
But, yeah. So yeah, it was a little hard, but
Yeah, but still, just getting
Yeah.
through life.
yeah.
You are badass.
Oh,
Seriously. All right, so we'll close on that one. Bing. Alrighty. Main questions. Da 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 da. And this first one came from a viewer who found us on our Instagram page at Pizza Beer and Life, like us, and also on this YouTube channel, and
Nice.
left us a little comment blurb with a question. So, and this is a reminder that if any of you have any questions, you can feel free to DM us at Instagram at Pizza Beer and Life, on our YouTube channel underneath any of these videos, or you can send me a direct email at roxyfreefall@gmail.com to get your questions in to be potentially featured on a future episode. So now that all that is done, my gosh,
That was quite a spiel.
I know, right? Like that was just, all of a sudden my turn on ADHD. Squirrel. All right. How can you tell if you are in love or in lust with someone? I'm going through a breakup with a physical and emotionally abusive ex, and I miss them. I know I shouldn't, but I can only think about the little bit of good.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to drink this beer, and I'm going to let you go first. Unless you want to drink some beer, and I can go first.
It doesn't matter. I can go first. It's
Okay.
fine. I'm still processing this question, though.
All right, well, no, that's fine. And
Um,
I've had a little bit more time with this question, so that's why I'm saying if you want me to
True,
go first, I
true.
can go first.
I mean, I think there is a very fine line, obviously, between love and lust.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to breakups with somebody you've been with for so long, you get it's almost like a force of habit.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, holding on to them and missing them is probably just your brain being like, this is something that you were used to for so long that of course, like, you're going to crave that. I mean, our brains are trained to be that way, to create habits and to feel certain ways. So of course, like, you're going to miss them because your brain wants you to,
Right.
because it's so used to having that person around. And it's hard because you have to, you literally have to train your brain not to retrain your brain not to, like, crave that person.
It's almost like what we were talking about before, that all of a sudden my brain is screaming, habit versus intent.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, this last sentence says, but I can only think about the little bit of good. So you clearly are already aware of the fact that there isn't a lot of good,
Right.
because you said little bit. And if you thought there was more good than bad, then you would have said that.
Right.
Like, I don't think you would have made a point to say little bit of good.
Right.
So in my opinion, I think this is more lust than love, because I think when you're in love with somebody, that's all you want to see is good. And
I like that.
It's like, You don't want to see and I mean, look, what do they say? Love is blind. So yes, sometimes, you know, like I said, this is a very fine line.
Yeah.
But I mean, physical and emotionally abusive.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you can still be in love with somebody who put you through that, but it's not like, it's not what you deserve or what anybody deserves. Right. And you've just got to really start talking. This is probably the best thing that they could have done, is reach out to us or to somebody and just talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's going to start retraining your brain to be like, okay, this is not healthy, this is not good.
Yes.
And while I may still love them and still miss them, it's okay for me to do those things, but it's also okay for me to be like, goodbye.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's two things I want to follow on your comments, which were absolutely brilliant. You know, because there's a lot to unpack here, because I'm looking at this from a vantage point. It's actually two different questions hidden in one. Yeah. Right? So the main question of, like, what's the difference, you know, how can you tell the difference between love and lust, which, like, will take a while to unpack, and we'll try to do so, you know, because it's a separate question.
Yeah.
But really, and I may be reading into this, right? Because, again, I have very little context to this question. But I'm seeing this more as a, how do I get over this?
Yeah.
How do I move on?
Yeah, that's kind of how I portrayed it too.
Okay. Yeah. And so, to follow on to your comment of, you know, you could still love somebody, you know, and they do bad things, you know, it doesn't excuse the bad behavior.
Right.
The thing that I go to also is, if they actually loved you, they would not do that to you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
If somebody truly loves you, they may think that they do. Like, no bones about it. They may be mentally ill or something like that. But when someone loves you, and when you love somebody, you want to see the best in that person. You want to see them excel. You want to support what they're doing, not tear them down. And that's what abuse is. It could be, you know, a huge chip at that, where somebody's, you know, physically tearing you down, or it could be in, like, small minutia kind of things, small minute little things, where, you know, they're slowly chipping away at you to bring you down so that you are less than. And if somebody actually loves you, they're going to bring you up so that you can be more of that person that you know that you are, and that your partner knows that you are. So that's the first thing. But I like that. I really like your idea about habit, right? And that cognitive aspect of it, where, because you hit the nail on the head about that. When we are in the unfortunate situation of ending a partnership, and especially if it's long term, regardless of the circumstances, it's getting out of those daily habits that you're so used to, that your brain has been programmed to.
Yeah.
And so I really like, because I didn't think of it that way. And I think that is just a brilliant way of, it's a more scientific way of looking at it rather than emotional. It's more scientific. How do I break the habit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? How do you break the habit? And so, you know, and how do you break, I mean, how would you break that? Like, or are there things in your past that you've tried to do to break that habit, through activity, through whatever?
I think it's just repetition for me. That's what helps me.
Okay. What do you mean by repetition?
Whether it be telling myself the same thing over and over and over again, or like giving myself, or talking to somebody and then, you know, like, hey, I'm trying to do this thing. And so when I come to you and tell you that I'm trying to stop doing this thing, what I need from you is you to be like, what did you do last time? This is what you told me to tell you.
Right.
So, like, just repetition, whether it's asking somebody to help you do the repetition, whether it's telling yourself something, or like, I don't, sometimes it is just as, sometimes telling yourself that is really the only thing you can do.
Right.
Especially with stuff like this, because obviously not being around that person, what else can you really do besides tell yourself, like, okay, what are the two alternatives? You know what I mean? It's to keep missing them even though it's not a good situation for me, or let them go, which is the healthier choice.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. No, absolutely. And that also could be just simply getting new routines
yeah.
that are healthy, getting out of the house, finding a new
Yeah.
hobby, new activity, things like that. If every Wednesday night was date night, well then, create a new date night for yourself where you choose to explore a new restaurant every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or a new concert or a new whatever, play, movie, insert thing here that's good for yourself. Right, because this is a great opportunity to start making great changes for yourself as well. Without blame, without hurt, just trying to fill yourself with good things. So, and then the main question, how can you tell if you're in love or lust with somebody? Again, like you said, it's a fine line. And I think,
I don't know if that's really, I don't even know if that's an answerable question.
Right, because
it's so different.
and it's so individual.
Yeah.
I think my interpretation of it has to do with your, I know this is stupid, but follow me. Like I was just about to say, it has to do with your relationship with the person. Well, of course it does, right? Because it's about relationship,
Yeah.
but it's about what do you want from that, right? Again, do you want to see the person do better? Do you want to be their partner? Do you want to see them succeed? I mean, that's love. And that's not just love on a romantic level. That's love on a friendship level. That's love on a sibling level, familial level. Wanting to see the other person, supporting other people, and truly celebrating the other person when they do good, and just, trying to mitigate the hurt, or not mitigate the hurt, like try to, minimize their pain when they're hurting. And being there for them. I mean, that's love. Lust is it's almost like an acquaintance that you're banging. At least that's my interpretation of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lust. I find that lust is more on a physical level, obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah. So I mean, I think you can be in love and in lust with somebody at the same time.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I think that's awesome.
If it happens for you.
If it happens for you, that's freaking brilliant. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have anything else to add to that, or?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're blushing a little bit there. Just blushing. So, all right. I think we can close this one. And actually, as we're closing it, to the individual that wrote in, very sorry that you're going through this experience, but hope that you can find the healing and the resources that you need to help you progress forward in the best way that will make you your best self.
Yeah.
See this as an opportunity. So, all right. What is the best advice for approaching people whom you care deeply about regarding an issue going on with themselves, other people, etc., without trying to change or fix them? I have so much to say on this.
Go for it.
You cannot change anybody.
Right.
You can't fix somebody, you can't change somebody. Accept that, and that is the biggest thing that you can possibly yes, I know. That is the biggest thing you can possibly realize. I have more, but go ahead.
I don't even know.
You don't even know. Did I frighten you that much? Did I startle?
Okay. So if I'm actually answering this question,
Yeah, which I'm asking you to do.
right?
And they're asking you to do.
Yeah. God, these ones are so hard because it is so difficult to put a certain pin into this that says this is the right or wrong way.
Right.
But they are only asking for advice, so they're not really asking for the right way.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the person that you're approaching. What it is that they're going through, whether it be with themselves or other people, and not change them. Like if somebody is being kind of like overbearing, like an overbearing friend or something like that, the way that I would approach that
feeling
situation. No,
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, I did not mean. I'll shut up.
She's not overbearing.
I'll shut up.
She's not overbearing at all. The best way that I approach those kind of situations is literally just telling the person, like I said, depending on the person themselves,
right.
I'm going to word it certain ways, but like literally just approaching them and just being honest with them. Because if you're not honest with the person with how you're feeling about how they're acting, then like what good is that to yourself or to that other person?
Right.
And like certain people don't know that they're being the way that they are,
right,
towards themselves or to other people. So it's like the best thing that we can do for anybody is just to be honest with them.
Yeah.
No matter what, like it's just a matter of how you word it per that person. Obviously, you're not going to try and like hurt your friend's feelings or anything like that, but
right.
like maybe they just don't realize how they're talking to other people or how they're talking to themselves or about themselves, or I think the best thing I can advise you to do is just to be honest with the person.
Right.
If it's making you feel some type of way, how they're, handling issues with themselves or other people, like just be honest with them.
Yeah. Yeah, in a respectful and healthy way, because I think I find that like this, there's a lot to unpack with this question, because there's so many different levels to this, because a lot of times when I get approached with a question like this, or somebody comes to me with oh, hey, so-and-so is doing this and it's really concerning me. My first thing says, well, how is it affecting you and things like that, because I'm trying to figure, like, my brain is going like firing at 5,000 miles a minute, so I'm trying to figure out the best way, straightest line through this.
That's kind of
definitely
like how I felt.
Like all of a sudden, like thought here, so So, because the thing that's screaming right here is a lot of times when we're approached about this, it's because we see the same action in ourselves in kind of a way, or we see the same behavior in ourselves, right? And I'm not saying that all the time, but there was something, I don't know, it was like a post or a saying or something that a lot of times is it that the behavior of others is bothering you, or is it because you're seeing negative qualities in yourself? And is that bothering you? I know I'm kind of diverting but that's the first thing, because that goes along with my very animated statement earlier of that, you can't change people.
Yeah.
You can't fix people.
Right.
Right? And so I'm going to continue to ramble and just get this out. So the only thing that we have control over is ourselves, right? And our reaction to those things. So, all right, let me bring it back then. Back to the original question. I know, I'm really rambly right now, but I'm trying to find the straightest line through this, and I apologize. Going back to your point, if you really care about this person, and you consider this somebody you love, tie it back. Then talk to them about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. With not coming to them with judgment, not, saying, well, you acted this way.
Yeah.
And and it sucks. Yeah. Just, hey, lately I've been feeling this way. And it's, and one of the reasons is because this is what I'm getting from our relationship. Is this something that we can explore and talk about? Because again, to your point, that person may not already realize, or comprehend for whatever reason that they're actually acting a certain way. Or they do know that they're acting a certain way, but doesn't realize that it's troubling.
Yeah.
So coming to them from a place of wanting to work with it and work with them without expectation. Like, that's the best thing. Because what is, at the end of the day, what's the word I'm looking for? What is your goal in this, right? If your goal is to make your relationship better, then go to them and say, this is how this is making me feel.
Yeah.
Not in an attacking way of, you're doing this and you suck. Right?
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. But here's the other thing, is that it depends on the person and the relationship that you want to have with that person. I mean, if we're talking about just an acquaintance, how much it's about investment. How much investment do you want to put into it? Right? If it's something that, like a small annoyance or something that you see on the sidelines or whatever, and this is going to make me sound like a cold-hearted bitch, but it does. It depends on the type of relationship that you have with the person. Sometimes it's just not worth bringing up, and you find your own ways of moving through life, knowing that this person is this way. But there it is. It's what kind of relationship do you have with this person? Because sometimes we can't, those people aren't going to change the behavior. So how much are you willing to work with that behavior?
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
That's a really good point.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can express to them all you want about how much that behavior hurts you and things like that, but you also have to come into it and say, all right, well, what if this behavior continues? How far am I willing to go to, how much am I willing to be exposed to this type of behavior? How much does it, does it bother me so much that I'm going to walk away from this friendship? Or is it something that, they know that this behavior hurts me, yet they still do it? It's just them. Now, I'm not talking about all behavior. Mind you, there is some behavior that is inexcusable, obviously. But,
yeah.
I mean, but if it's something like, for example, if somebody likes to crack really poor jokes, and I'm not talking about that poor, I'm not talking, somebody who is not as socially conscious or something like that, but, if somebody likes to, somebody jabs at you in a certain way, trying to do it playfully, how much are you willing to put up with that? If it really hurts you, you tell the person, hey, this really, please knock it off. I really don't like it. They probably will, because again, they don't realize that they're doing it, maybe. But if they continue to do it, I think I'm expressing my point.
Yes.
I'm a very garbled mess right now. And I'm not being as charming as I would like to be. So, I mean, do you have anything to add? Please get me off of this ramble. Please get me off of this train that I'm on.
No, I mean, I think that was a really good point. Like, how much time and effort do you want to put forth into the relationship of helping your friend or whoever it is that
Right.
you're asking this question for. I mean, I don't think anyone, I mean, I don't want to say that, I shouldn't say that because there are some people who want to change other people and it's not okay because like she said, you can change people or fix them. They have to learn to make those adjustments for themselves.
Yeah.
But we can help them during the process. Mm-hmm. And just being there for them.
That's a great point.
Is just, I think that's the best thing that you can do is help them see those things that they're doing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, you know, not you did this and you did that. Mm-hmm. It's more like, hey, I've been noticing that like sometimes these things happen, instead of it being like a blame game, like
or if there's something in the moment that happens, you can say to that person, you know what, I really don't appreciate that, or that, you know, this kind of insert behavior here. You know, I don't feel very good, you know, when you do that, and you know, I would appreciate it if you could tone that down a bit or stop that activity. And also give them the opportunity to change. Because change doesn't happen overnight. You know, so, you know, give them some breathing room to change. Express how you feel and see how they react. Who was it? It was talking about, like, it's like mirroring, you know, like move, or not intent, but it's, I don't know, motivation or something, where, you know, you move the chess piece, you know, move the piece forward and see how much they follow you. Right?
Okay.
And see if there's forward progression. Mm-hmm. Right? And that goes with a lot of things. That goes, you know, that's being said for, you know, this situation and dating and everything. Like, you know, you can lead by example and put out, like, these are the standards that I have. Here's Matthew Hussey. Here are the standards that I have.
Yeah.
Right? This is the type of standard that I expect, and see what they do with it. Yeah. I think I've very poorly expressed myself in the past 15 minutes, but still, I think I got it across.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Any last thoughts on all this? No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I do not think so.
All right. Well, then we're gonna close out on that one. There you go. High five. Oh, does he have like?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. High five. Woo. High five to Petey. There we go.
This one stays. This one kind of falls down. That one stays up. This one.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He's silly. He's got very short arms. Very small arms.
Don't make fun of him.
I'm not. All right. Well, I think that's our cue to wrap up. So, thank you so much for watching this month's episode of Pizza, Beer, and Life.
Thank you.
We hope that you enjoyed it, and we will hopefully see you next month with all new questions, all new craziness, and hopefully a better beer.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Like I said, wasn't that bad.
I wasn't too mad about it.
I know. I'm not that mad either. So anyway, thank you to Atomic Books and 8Bar for hosting us another month. We really appreciate you.
Yes.
Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. We'll see you next time. Bye.